Shevik was sitting on the table, his long legs dangling, his face intense and quiet. "Have you ever seen anybody die?" he asked the others. Most of them had, in a domicile or on volunteer hospital duty. All but one had helped at one time or another to bury the dead. There was a man when I was in camp in Southeast. It was the first time I saw anything like this. There was some defect in the air car engine. It crashed, lifting off, and caught fire. They got him out, burned all over. He lived about 2 hours. He couldn't have been saved. There was no reason for him to live that long, no justification for those 2 hours. We were waiting for them to fly in anesthetics from the coast. I stayed with him, along with a couple of girls. We'd been there loading the plane. There wasn't a doctor. You couldn't do anything for him, except just stay there, be with him. He was in shock, but mostly conscious. He was in terrible pain, mostly from his hands. I don't think he knew the rest of his body was all charred. He felt it mostly in his hands. You couldn't touch him to comfort him. The skin and flesh would come away at your touch, and he'd scream. You couldn't do anything for him. There was no aid to give. Maybe he knew we were there. I don't know. It didn't do him any good. You couldn't do anything for him. Then I saw. You see, I saw that you can't do anything for anybody. We can't save each other. Or ourselves. What have you left, then? Isolation and despair? You're denying brotherhood, Shevik, the tall girl cried. No, I'm not. I'm trying to say what I think brotherhood really is. It begins in shared pain. Then where does it end? I don't know. I don't know yet.